Pam Proper. It's a long way from Bosnia to Belgium, but a small group of Russian and American officers serving there came to SHAPE this week as part of an orientation program created by the SACEUR General Wesley Clark. The idea is to give officers serving downrange a chance to see how NATO's military headquarters operates with an integrated staff. The Russian Airborne Brigade serves with the U.S. 1st Brigade 1st Cavalry Division in the American sector of Bosnia. Over the last few years, Russian and American troops have developed a close working relationship.
Actually, we're having a great opportunity to have quite a few operations at the junior soldier level, and they are really enjoying it. It's very exciting for all of them. It's the first time that they've had a chance to do this. And from running joint patrols to running joint weapons storage site inspections, the real down-to-earth, nitty-gritty operations that we're conducting every day in Bosnia, to also having some sporting events and just an opportunity to exchange platoons for several days. It's been a great opportunity, and they are uniformly enjoying it.
The visit included an office call with General Lieutenant Anatoly Krivolapov. He's the Russian Brigade's representative at SHAPE and works directly with the SACEUR on all issues pertaining to their mission. General Krivolapov makes frequent trips to Bosnia.
Normally he would go once or twice every month to Bosnia to visit the brigade, to see if everything is all right on the ground, how the brigade is doing, with the status is. And besides of the just simply checking on the brigade, he would also meet representatives of all the ethnical entities in Bosnia, starting from the ground and up to the highest officials.
The orientation also included a meeting with the SACEUR and a tour of NATO headquarters in Brussels. Then back to the field. Right now, there are just over 1,300 Russian soldiers serving in Bosnia. A meeting of the minds in Kerkrade, the Netherlands, where students debate European and world issues at an event that's structured to build leadership skills. Specialist Jimmy Nicholson has the story.
Over 240 students from 20 different schools in Europe converged on Kerkrade, the Netherlands, for the 10th Annual Model International Parliament, or MIP. The MIP is run much like the Model UN Conference held in The Hague, the Netherlands. It's a government simulation of a European Parliament created, organized, and run by students from AFN International School. Students comprise delegations representing various European countries, including Eastern Europe countries and non-European observer states or organizations like the United States and Amnesty International. Delegates debate current European issues and try to formulate solutions. This experience gives students the opportunity to learn skills they'll need in the future.
Regardless of what career or field they may enter, in the world as we know it today and as it's in the direction toward which it's going, people need these kinds of skills to solve the problems that the world is confronting.
American students feel that participating in MIP gives them an advantage over students back in the States.
This is a very international setting, and you get a much greater perspective on what's happening in the world with all the different countries you can go to.
The MIP gives students the opportunity to work with other students from different countries and different backgrounds. But they all have one thing in common. They'd like tomorrow's world to be a better place to live. From Kerkrade, the Netherlands, Specialist James Nicholson, AFN News.
When we come back after the break, a passion that's paid off for a former soldier living in Belgium. Sometimes a hobby can take you places you've never dreamed of. Our next story is about a man and his passion for creating the perfect form.
Gary McKeithen retired from the U.S. Army in 1994 after 21 years of service. He now works in SHAPE's Army element in the mailroom. After work, Gary heads to the gym for his first passion, bodybuilding.
I've been bodybuilding for approximately 12 to 15 years, but I just say my last 3 to 5 years has been my most serious point, where I've been trying to make gains and get on the competition circuit.
That circuit includes the Mr. Belgium bodybuilding competition. Gary is the only American to compete in this year's event, and he had quite a following.
Gary McKeithen.
My biggest goal is to be the first American to win the Mr. Belgium competition and to go forward and represent Belgium in the world competition.
To do that, Gary had to compete against Belgium's finest bodybuilders.
And they have you do forward-facing movements. You go back, and then you come out and you do your individual routine, which is 1 minute to 1.5 minutes. And then once all the participants has done that, then you would come out and you would do the compulsories. Basically, it's where they do the comparison between all the bodybuilders, and that's basically when the winner is chosen.
Gary took first place in 2 events, the medium class and the masters. But the main event, who would represent Belgium in the Mr. World competition in Sicily. 4 bodybuilders were selected after a posing free-for-all, and Gary was one of them. He now heads to Sicily and hopes to come back to shape with the title of Mr. World. From Braine-le-Comte, Belgium, Senior Airman Steve Miller, AFN News.
Every year, the 80th ASG Public Affairs Office sells Belgian chocolates to help with the cost of hosting a Christmas party for children from a local orphanage. With community support, the program has been a success for many years.
So we've been starting over 25 years ago, and it started off with a little gift at Christmas for every child. And over the years it has expanded, and nowadays the orphans submit their wish list for Christmas, and we try to meet one of their wishes, and we're going to give it during a Christmas party that we're going to hold on this year on 16 December, and Santa will be there to distribute all the gifts to the children.
Those chocolates are on sale now. They're made by culinary students in Brussels. We leave you tonight with some scenes from the chocolate class and its novice candy makers. Good night.
Who can take a sunrise? Sprinkle it with you. Cover it with chocolate and a miracle or two. The candy man.